to this episode of the Cajun Conservative Show, where we talk about life, we talk about liberty, and yes, we talk about the pursuit of happiness, and we show you, the audience and the world, that Cajuns do have intelligence. Hope you're having a good day, good week, wherever you're located. Just remember that this is the day that the Lord has made. You should rejoice and be glad in it. It is Super Tuesday, March 5th of 2024. This is the day that we will see if Nikki Haley's predictions. She said, look, just wait until Super Tuesday. Well, it didn't start off very well. The eve of Super Tuesday, which is North Dakota presidential primary. Remember yesterday that Nikki Haley and the media was all excited. They were all excited because she won Washington, D.C. Now, there was not a lot of votes, and this caucus last night in North Dakota was not a lot of votes. It was maybe a total, maybe past 2,000, maybe. But Donald Trump won a whopping 84%, while Nikki Haley picked up 14%. This is, percentage-wise, the worst loss that Nikki Haley has faced so far in a primary or a caucus. And because the media yesterday, they were running around, oh, Nikki Haley won Washington, D.C. Is there still hope? And no. The caucus last night. So going into Super Tuesday is not looking good for Nikki Haley. And we have Alaska, Arkansas, Alabama, California, Colorado, Maine, North Dakota, Texas. We have a few states, Virginia, that's all going to be voting today in their primary or their caucus, depending on the state. I know states do it different. Every state has a different way of doing all this stuff. But yes, Super Tuesday is today, and we get to see what happens to Nikki Haley. Will Nikki Haley get a couple of more states? Will she go 0-12, 0-16 today? We're gonna have to wait and see, because remember, she has lost every single caucus except Washington, D.C., our primary. So that's today. That's going on. But big news coming out of Washington, D.C. yesterday. The Supreme Court heard Donald Trump's case on the ballots. Remember, Colorado, Maine, and then Illinois told Donald Trump, hey, because of the 14th Amendment in the Constitution, you broke that because you led an insurrection. Now, there was that Donald Trump did not lead an insurrection. Donald Trump has not been convicted of an insurrection. Now, because even that part of the 14th Amendment, Section 3, that they're using of an insurrection, all these men were convicted to be what they call the generals. They were convicted people. So if you go on those lines of them being convicted, guess what? They were convicted insurrectionists. So the government thought, hey, you cannot run for political office, because they were afraid that these people that were convicted insurrectionists would go ahead and lead the party or lead the country another way to go back into civil war. This was before the this was during the Civil War, after the Civil War. So rightfully so, the Supreme Court did hear this after lower courts said no, under the 14th Amendment, Donald Trump could not run for president, when in reality he was not convicted. I've been saying that from the beginning, and he told the people to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard. So the Supreme Court heard the case, and I'm glad they did a rush ruling on this. And I'm gonna be honest, I was surprised. I was surprised at the ruling. Not that it was that Donald Trump could stay on the ballot. I was surprised it was unanimous. Now this is the Fox News. Fox News says Supreme Court rules unanimously for Trump in Colorado ballot disqualifying dispute. The U.S. Supreme Court sided unanimously with former President Trump in his challenge to the state of Colorado, attempting to kick him off the 2024 primary ballot. All 9 justices ruled in favor of Trump in the case, which will impact the status of effect in other states to remove the likely GOP nominee from their respective ballot. The court to consider the first time the meaning and reach of Article 3 of the 14th Amendment, which bars former office holders who engage in the insurrection from holding public office again. Challengers have been filed to remove Trump from the 2024 ballot in over 30 states. But Donald Trump can stay on the ballot. Why? Because we conclude that the states may disqualify persons holding or attempting to hold state office, but states have no power under the Constitution to enforce Section 3 with respect to federal offices, especially the presidency, the Supreme Court wrote. So the Supreme Court said that they can pull people off the ballot in states, but they cannot pull them off of federal elections, which is a federal election. Federal elections are presidents, the U.S. Senate, the U.S. Congress. They cannot pull them off of those elections. Why? Because this is a federal election. Yeah, each state has their own elections, but the federal election, especially the presidency, that is a nationwide vote. So for Colorado to say, look, we don't want him on our state ballot, that's just not affecting the state. That is affecting the whole nation. Now, there was the 3 liberal judges. They wrote an opinion saying that the Supreme Court saying that it's only Congress, because in the opinion it said Congress can remove federal candidates, and that Amy Coney Barrett and the 3 liberal judges said, listen, that went too far. That went too far. You're giving power to the person, and if only Congress could take them, can get rid of them, that's bad. Now that's their opinion. That ain't that ain't the status of the court, but they can write these opinions at the end. But Trump can stay on the ballot, and like I said from the beginning, Trump was not convicted. I can understand if they had proof that Trump was a convicted felon, a convicted insurrectionist, but he has not been charged with it, along convicted with it. Jack Smith is going after Donald Trump, throwing everything at him, even the kitchen sink, and that's one thing that Donald Trump is not charged with, is an insurrection. If Jack Smith had the evidence to push to get Donald Trump to be a convicted insurrectionist, he would have charged him for it. He is not charging Donald Trump with an insurrection. So why should a court say, look, he caused the insurrection? Because that's what a lot of people are upset too. They did not address him being an insurrectionist. There's no charge of an insurrection. There is no charge of him leading an insurrection. There's none. Jack Smith has not charged him with that. But the left wants you to, oh, he's an insurrectionist. Then charge him for it. Prove to us, the American people, that he led an insurrection. But you can't. Like I said, Jack Smith has not charged him. People assume, like the judges in Colorado, Illinois, and in Maine, that said, well, we feel that he led an insurrection. I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. I don't care about your feeling, Judge. I care about what the law says. And if a man is innocent until proven guilty, if he has not been proven guilty of a crime, then don't charge him. Or if you have evidence to charge, that you think you have probable cause to charge him, charge him. And I'm glad the Supreme Court came out and said, look, he can stay on the ballot. He's not charged. Again, like I said, I was surprised it was a unanimous decision. I thought this would be at least a 6-3 decision. Look, and I'm probably giving too much credit to Amy Coney Barrett, but I thought for sure the most liberal judges would say, yes, he led an insurrection. They couldn't even mention that. And look, it's bad, okay? It's bad when a liberal judge, and look, some of these judges on the Supreme Court are some of the most liberal in the country. But I'm surprised that these 3 liberal judges voted for Donald Trump. Look, this is a rare thing you see. It's like one of them animals you go on a safari or whatever, and you see these rare animals that you never see. Look, I was surprised when I read unanimous. I was like, whoa. And they did it right before Super Tuesday. Good thing. Now, I don't know if, because a lot of people yesterday were reading, well, how does that work? They took Trump off the ballot. No, if you read the court filing when they first took him off the ballot, they said, look, we're going to go ahead and not take him off the ballot in case there's an appeal. And it was appeal until it got to the Supreme Court. Now, Donald Trump made some statements about this case yesterday. He said this was a win for the American people, but he didn't harp on that too much. He went ahead and talked about, he said it was sad that this case had to go to the Supreme Court. Then he made the statements, and then he started talking about his other trial that is coming up to the Supreme Court. Does he have immunity as president of the United States? Like again, Trump said a great win for America, very, very important, equally important for our country. We will be deciding that they will soon make an immunity for a president without which the presidency would be regarded to nothing more than ceremonial position, which is far from what the foundings intended. Trump told Fox News Digital, no president will be able to properly and effectively function without complete and total immunity. Now, I can understand what Trump's trying to say right there, because he added, let me finish reading this. He added, our country will be put at a great risk. I understand what he's saying. I understand that he says, look, if we don't give total immunity to the president, if he chooses to do something and somebody feels he did something wrong, they can go ahead and try to charge him, and then that's going to be on the back of the shoulders of the president of the United States. I understand Trump's position, but we're going to see what the Supreme Court says. Now, there is some like Dan Bongino that says he feels that the Supreme Court possibly might be trying to set up Donald Trump. I don't think, I don't know. I'm not going to pass. I'm not going to give it a pass. Some of the left leaning people that think, well, we can do this, do that. I will say this though. Trump is more concerned about the immunity. I can't talk this morning. Immunity case than he is this case. Because look, like I said, 9-0 decision is impressive. Especially for Donald Trump. Donald Trump never, ever gets a 9 or gets a unanimous decision. The left is always fighting him. The left's always... But Donald Trump said, look, more importantly, we got another case coming up. So it's like this, okay? When you watch a football game or you watch a football team and they tell you, hey, look, we are... how can I say this? It was an ugly win, but we got the win. A W's a W. Yesterday was a W. You should, yay, we won yesterday for Trump. But now we need to continue going on. We need to continue fighting for the next case. I think that's what Donald Trump's doing. Donald Trump's happy that he won this case, but now Donald Trump needs to know, hey, do I have full immunity? And if the Supreme Court says, yes, you had full immunity as the president of the United States, guess what? Almost every case against him, it got to be dropped. Every case. Because if he has full immunity, Jack Smith really can't do nothing. Now Jack Smith, the voter tampering and all that 9 out of 10, it all goes away. I'm not a lawyer. If you're a lawyer, go ahead and comment in the sections, comment in the comment section and let me know. But yeah, if Donald Trump gets full immunity, guess what? All his lawsuits are gone. Now we know the Georgia case is going to flop. We're not even hearing from Andy Briggs in his case. The only ones we're really hearing from is Jack Smith. And if the next case goes to before the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court says yes, you have full immunity. Guess what? What's left for the left to do? Because, see, that's what the left is hinging on. They were hinging on this 14th Amendment in the Section 3 that Donald Trump was an insurrectionist. Again, they did not even charge Donald Trump with an insurrection. But they're saying that Donald Trump is an insurrectionist, and they were harping on that. That's failed. That's gone. For God knows how long they've been talking about how Donald Trump's going to be a felon. He won't be able to vote for himself, and all this stuff. And look, moderate Republicans are pushing this too. Oh, Donald Trump is going to be a felon. He's going to go to jail. We're going to have if he wins, he's going to have a president that's put in jail. They make all these claims, but if the Supreme Court says he has full immunity, that's gone. And look, like I said, look, the left is going after him financially, because with this is a civil lawsuit alone, over $500 million he had to pay to appeal the case in New York, where I've said he isn't going to get a fair shot. But it's what's next? What's next for the left? The left, look, Donald Trump's one of them people that you do everything to try to beat, but you can't beat. It goes to a point like this. Okay, I played slow pitch softball for a few years, and there was one particular team. We loved them. They were some great people. We got on the baseball diamond. We never beat them. But when we seen that game on the schedule, it was like, oh yeah, we're gonna play, and this is the year. This is the year that we're gonna go ahead and be victorious against them, and we would always lose. They were just a way better team than us. Even on their bad day, they beat the snot out of us. But we always went out there and said, oh, yeah, we got this one. And we would always lose. And that's what Donald Trump is to the left. The left thinks, oh, boy, we got him on classified information. We got him on the insurrection. We got him on fraud. We got him on this. We got him on that. And he always pulls out a rabbit out of the hat. And they're like, how? How does Donald Trump do this? I don't know. But it's fun. And also, this could be a point too. Donald Trump has truth and the Constitution on his side. Because look, let's use this example of them pulling presidents off the ballot. Do you know the last president that states pulled off the ballot was Abraham Lincoln? And look what happened. And now the amendment after. It's funny how the amendment after the Civil War is helping Donald Trump stay on the ballot. And look, I think this is a great win. I think this is a great win. Do we harp on it? No. Let's get ready for the next battle. You don't celebrate a victory of one battle. You celebrate the victory when the war is ended. And I think Donald Trump is doing a good job. Good job. He's working all throughout the process to make sure that he is free and that he can run a camp. Because this is another thing too. Glad like this case is done because they're trying to keep him tied up in court. Let's say if the Supreme Court comes out and says, look, he does not have total immunity. He's gonna have to be in court in a federal case every single day while that court date is going on. So for him to win these court cases so he can campaign is big. See, they're trying to keep him in the basement because they're going to keep Joe Biden in the basement. But we're going to have to wait and see. But like I said, this is a great win. Again, this is Super Tuesday. If you're listening to this in the morning of Super Tuesday, please go out. And you're one of the states, go out and vote. Go out and participate in the democracy process. And, hey, vote Donald Trump. I'm a big Donald Trump person right now. So, but with that being said, that's going to wrap up this show today. I want to thank you, as always, for listening to the show. If you can, please like and subscribe to the show on YouTube, Rumble, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify. Go ahead and check us out on those respective platforms. You can also find us on TikTok. I have been going live while recording the show. I have people watching now, and we got some we got some people that comment while the show's going on. But But yeah, we you know, go ahead and check out my TikTok. Go ahead and check out the YouTube videos, and also go ahead and like and subscribe. You know, tell your friends, and let's get this show moving forward. So with that being said, remember that Jesus Christ is King. He's coming back, and he's coming back soon. So don't be faint of heart. Jesus has overcome the world. If you want to know Jesus as your Lord and Savior, you can reach out to me at thecajunconservative5@gmail.com. Also, go check out our other podcasts, Brothers Just Searching and No Longer Two. Great podcast, great spiritual podcast will edify your faith in the Lord. Until next time, be blessed, be encouraged. You have a good one.